Alright, this is another instructional video. This time I will be putting a Maratac Zulu strap on a GW5000. So basically this applies to any G-Shock square. This is a 22mm strap and it's the Low-lite edition, which basically means the buckles are black instead of that shiny silver, and I think it goes along pretty well with the buttons and the screw back on this watch. You'll also need some adapters, and these cost me like $12, but I know you can get them cheaper from Casio. And you just need this tool that I like to use this tool anyways. This was about $15 on Amazon, I think. So this is almost exactly the same like the video on how to switch or how to put on a composite bracelet, but I figured I'd show it anyways, and at the end I'll do a comparison between strap versus nylon. And I also want to point out that, as some members commented on the forum, it is going to be easier for you to put the spring bar in a square that's all stainless steel versus the ones that have resin, and I'll show you why right now. So as from my previous video, you find out, you look at the spring bar, it's right there, and with this tool you just push it in, comes out, and you just take it out. Now the reason why it's simpler to put the spring bar in this watch or any stainless one is that the hole here is also stainless steel. It doesn't have rubber around. So when this thing is inside and you're trying to make it in the hole, as you're trying to move it around, it's easier to slide than if it's on rubber. And that's basically it. So you need to save the spring bar because you're going to need to use it with the adapters as well. So we just go on to the next side, find where the spring bar is, push it in. I didn't really quite get it that time, so try it again. And as you can see, for some reason it's not retracting. That could be that the spring bar itself is dirty. That's another point. Sometimes they acquire like mud and gunk, and it's not as easy to make them retract. So I'll try it again. As you can see, I tend to struggle when I'm taking it on the top side versus the lower side for some reason. And yeah, as you can see, it's not really budging here, so I'll try it again on the other side. Make sure the little tool is on the spring bar correctly. Okay. There we go. So take out the spring bar, and I guess I'll illustrate, versus the bracelet, how loose the spring bar is here. So be careful with that, because if it bounces out and you lose it, you don't have spares, it's going to be a pain to put it back. So since I was struggling, what I do is I check the spring bar to make sure it's not gunky inside, because when I put it back in, it won't retract. And see, look at that. See how it didn't retract? That means something's wrong with it. So I'm going to try to retract it myself. And as you can see, it's not really working. So this will be a problem when I'm trying to put the spring bar back in. And that's why this big tool is good for. So it's out now. So what I'll do is I'll make a note of that, and this will be the side that I put in first. So I get my adapter, and it basically goes in like this. That's it. So this was the side that I was having issues with. And it's actually pretty snug on this adapter. And there's the hole. I'll put in the bad side in first. And as I demonstrated before, I like these to be kind of pushed in. So this is what I do to make sure it stays in. And there it's in the hole on that side. What I do is just move the adapter or the strap or whatever and get the other spring bar to be on the top. So then I get my tool with the smaller side, and I push it in. And it's not working. Now that could be because the other side, as I showed, was getting stuck. So in order for this to work, this and the other side both have to push in. But we'll try it again. And it came out on the other side, as you can see. So we'll just try it again. Check the spring bar again on both sides. It looks fine. Now I will say that when you're doing this, as you're moving the spring bar around on this end or the other, it could scratch this if this is an all stainless steel body. So I'm not really too concerned because this is one that I use a lot. So I mean, if it gets scratched there, you know, I guess it's part of the having the watch. So the first time didn't work. We'll try it again. Get my tool, put it against the spring bar, and it's snapping back, but for some reason I'm not able to get it in far enough to go inside. There we go. Hasn't snapped in yet, so, and I don't know if you can see how it's not in yet, but we'll move it around. And I don't think you heard the snap, but it's in, so we'll just check it, make sure. that's it. So now we move on to the next side. Same thing. This one's not as snug. Whoops, I put it in. I mean, for the way I like to put it in, I put it in backwards. I just push it in. Okay, find the hole, and you can see it right there. It's in. You move your strap or whatever, in this case the adapter, along. Get the spring bar on top of where you want to push it in. Grab your tool. Put it against the spring bar on this side, just push in. And it doesn't want to go in. And it actually came out. And that's fine, you know, you just try it again. Get it in the hole. And I wasn't able to get it in that time. So I'll push some more, I guess I'll call it slack. And there it's in. Okay, the spring bar is at the level, but not yet in the hole. Click, it's in the hole. Make sure it's, you know, it's not going to fall off. Okay, and then we just grab the strap. And this end goes on the top. So you just flip it, grab the nylon strap. This is a 22 millimeters, I said, and it's actually quite snug. I originally was going to order a 24 millimeter, but as you can see, there's not a ton of movement, and I mean I have to put some force on it. If I don't use force, it's fine. Now, the reason why I didn't buy the 24 millimeter one is for the following reasons. The 24 millimeter one has 4 buckles, some on this side and one on this side. Now, I was worried that the difference of from here to here would impede both adapters, or excuse me, buckles on both sides to not have enough room, but I think it would have been fine. So, I don't know if you can hear, my dogs are barking